right, if I can have your attention, we're gonna swear in these two board members real quick before the meeting starts.
I didn't get.
If you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will perform
that I will perform
with fidelity
with fidelity
the duties of school board member
the duties of school board member
of the Oneida Special School District,
of the Oneida Special School District,
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected
and about to assume
and about to assume
to the best of my skill and ability.
to the best of my skill and ability.
That I will support
That I will support
the Constitution of Tennessee
the Constitution of Tennessee
and of the United States
and of the United States
and the Charter
and the Charter
of the Oneida Special School District.
of the Oneida Special School District.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you all. All right.
Good deal. I got your signature on it.
Okay.
And Felicia was telling me she'll deliver these, and she'll give me your certificate of election. He's gonna come back and go.
Yeah. I know, we're gonna see you later.
See you.
I'll go ahead and do this one too.
Sounds good.
Usually, the district director comes to present our board of distinction. This is something that we work on for 2 years. And it takes a lot of time and effort to make sure everything is in place. The first one we got was in 2011, and we've kept it ever since. It's, when we go to different meetings, like the district meeting and PSBA convention, it's recognized that you are a board of distinction, and kind of keeps you on your toes. But the district director for the East District usually comes and presents it, and that person is Scott Gillenwater from the Anderson County Board of Education, and he's had conflicts for the past 3 months. So it's hard when somebody works and they have to work around their board meetings. So we just said, that's fine, we'll show it off at our meeting and it'll go up on the wall again. 6.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get started. I'll call the meeting to order. Do a pledge. I pledge
allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item is approval of the agenda.
Motion. Second.
Motion second.
All right, I'll roll call. Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross. Dorothy Watson. And Mr. Mark Matthews.
Aye.
The board agenda is approved. The next item is approval of the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion,
Second.
second.
And I will roll call. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Ms. Dorothy Watson. Mr. Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Mr. Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consent agenda is approved. The next item is reorganization of the board. Do I hear any
I make a motion, we leave it just the way it is.
motion?
Second.
Second.
How is it?
Your vice chair.
Yeah.
What you agreed to
I
last
thought
year.
last time that I got out of that somehow.
No,
Did I not do that?
you're still the vice chair.
All right, I suspected, I totally had.
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Motion and second.
I will roll call. Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Ms. Dorothy Watson. Mr. Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Mr. Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Motion carries. And the next item is establish meeting times. First Thursday. And that way, ever since I can remember, any other comments?
I don't care about anybody. It's
Yeah,
got
well,
some-
I know that's,
Three are still working.
Has it ever been on a different day?
Has it ever been?
I mean, I've
Not
never
that I-
known it.
no,
and I-
not that I remember.
I make a motion we keep it the first Thursday of every month at 6 o'clock.
Second.
Motion and second.
Okay, I'll do roll call. Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson. Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Of course, there's only one thing, when we see ahead of time that there is gonna be a conflict, like a holiday or something, we always take it up at the meeting before. Okay, we're gonna skip down to Kelly and Luna, if that's okay. And-
If you wanna go ahead, Dr. Williamson, I told him to give me till about 6:15. So
Oh,
you're
okay,
Go ahead.
you just motion when you're
Yeah,
ready.
you're fine, go ahead.
Okay, the next item is TSBA delegate nominations. That is, it's earlier this year, it's the first weekend in November.
When is the delegate meeting?
It will be on Saturday, the 9th.
I have got to come home on Saturday at noon.
Okay,
So I
and it will
won't
be
there.
afternoon.
Then I won't be there for that.
Uh,
I'll go on Thursday, but I will have to.
7, 8 is the leadership, and then the meeting starts the night of the 8th, and the 8th, 9th, and Sunday morning the 10th.
What time is the meeting on Saturday?
It's usually about 2:30.
Who's doing it?
Nancy,
Well, I
usually does
I
it.
can do it, but I'll probably be leaving on Saturday,
Well,
but I'll leave later.
That, I mean, that's fine, because the county usually leaves right after that meeting. There's a lot of people here. Saturday night is when they have their big shindig thing.
Sharon is.
Yeah, and then, Sunday, I don't know who their speaker's gonna be Sunday, but they usually have a really good speaker.
Then I'll do it.
Okay,
If nobody-
So do we need a nomination for that?
yeah.
I make a motion, Dr. Danny does that then.
Second.
Okay, motion second.
And I will roll call, Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
And Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Okay, our next item is some memorandums of understanding, jobs for Tennessee graduates, JAG, the Niswonger Foundation, and Tennessee Technological University, and Gear Up Partnership Grant. These are in your packet. The Niswonger and JTG is the same that we've had forever, and we're back into the Gear Up. They're starting that up again.
Motion.
Motion?
Second.
Second?
And I will roll call, Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye. Motion carries. The next item is permission to seek bids for the barn project right next door here, and for some updates to the elementary cafeteria.
Motion to seek bids.
Motion?
Is that the property right here that we just, the Smith House
Yeah.
property?
Motion?
Second.
Second?
I will roll call, Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Motion carries. They can post bids. The next item is a board policy on first reading, and this is where they changed the amount that you have to advertise for bids, or what you can just seek the best bid. You've got 3 different copies there, and it goes along with the law that was passed. You've got our original, you've got the TSBA copy, and then the final copy that they recommend for us. And this is when you don't have to go through a county financing office to get bids.
Isn't it 25,000?
Yeah,
Was 10, 15?
No, it was 50.
Was 50.
yeah, they moved it. Do I hear a motion that we approve the board policy on first reading?
Motion.
Second.
Motion second.
I will roll call, Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item are 2 budget amendments, general purpose and cafeteria. Just moving some money from one side to the other. Do I hear a motion we approve these budget amendments?
Make a motion to approve the budget amendments.
Motion? Second?
And I will roll call, Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is supplemental pay amendments. You've got a list of them there. Do I hear a motion that we approve these supplemental pay amendments?
Motion to approve the supplemental pay amendments.
Motion,
Second.
second.
I will roll call, Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion approved. Our next item is a list of fundraisers. OHS cheerleading, little cheerleader makeover, OMS Beta Club, Krispy Kreme donut sales, OHS Beta Club fudge sales, OHS Beta Club Christmas ornament, OHS band ham and goodie cookies, Oneida Middle School girls soccer, donations to fill in picture, Oneida Middle School girls basketball free throw-a-thon, and Oneida Elementary School principal for the day. Do I hear a motion that we approve these fundraisers?
Motion.
Second.
Motion second.
I will roll call, Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Mark Matthews.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross. Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
Kevin Byrd.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is field trip request. The Beta Club, Junior Beta Club, and Senior Beta Club to Nashville. The Junior Beta Club is November 24th through 26th, and the High School Beta Club is November 21st through the 25th. They've got them later this year. They're usually down there when TSBA is. Did I hear a motion that we approve these Beta Club trips to Nashville?
Motion.
Motion,
Second.
second.
Roll call, Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Mark Matthews, Dorothy Watson, Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion carries. We have 2 leave of absence requests, Tabitha Morgan and Belva Phillips. Both to be determined by the ending to be determined by their medical provider.
I make a motion to approve the leave of absence requests.
Motion,
Second.
second.
Roll call, Mark Matthews, Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dorothy Watson, Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion carries. And then our final item of business is a letter of resignation from the OMS softball, Whitney Byrd.
I make a motion to approve this letter of resignation.
Second.
Motion and second.
Roll call, Kevin Byrd,
Aye.
Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross, Mark Matthews,
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye. Motion carries. We are down to the director's report. Are you still,
Let her go ahead and I'll do it.
okay?
All right, I'll make it quick. So Jody Jeffers received her own state Jim Duncan Adjunct Faculty Award for the Mathematics and Science Division, which was awesome. I hope you all saw. We also nominated, and Jordan knows, but Debbie Creech for the Rise Employee of the Year Award. We have not heard back from that, but we are very hopeful that she gets that. Also, the Veterans Heritage Project information, Stacy, we're thankful for that her and her staff is heading that up again this year. You also have TDOE quarterly updates, and I also put information in your packet about background check updates. So just want to be sure that you guys have that. And then for the month of September, I'd like to hire the following people: Carolyn West, Michaela Newport, Kayla Trammell, Tiffany Stevens, Daryl Della Rosa, Griffin Palmer, Cassidy Collett, Jordan Day, Caitlin Byrd, Whitney Byrd, Cole Hunt, and Bryant Harper. And last but not least, Miss Kelly has a presentation. That's all I have.
So before we get started and I introduce you to Parker, Parker is actually with Dog Training Elite out of Knoxville. He actually is in Brentwood, and he's gonna join us by Zoom tonight and just kind of tell the board what his process will be with training Luna. We did pick her up Friday. Currently, she's residing with me and Brittany Martin. So Brittany and I are co-handling with her. She spent her first day at the elementary today, and he's gonna kind of explain his process. They want her already in the schools, because they want the kids already to start, I said pestering her, but they want the kids her to get acclimated because she is just 10 weeks old, and that was their start process. So he's just gonna kind of talk to you all about what he's gonna do, and we'll go from there. Hi, Parker.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We're ready when you are.
Okay, excellent. Perfect. Let's see here. Can everybody see me or hear me? I just see you there, Kelly. I don't know where I'm at in the room, but
They can. Let's see if I can semi-turn you around so you can see them.
okay. Oh, perfect. I'm on the screen right there. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Good. I know my name says Andy Fillmore on there. It's that's my wife's name. So I'm Parker Fillmore. I'm the owner of Dog Training Elite in Nashville and Clarksville as well as Knoxville. And my office manager, as well as myself, has been in contact with Kelly and Brittany regarding getting some therapy dogs trained for the district. So I'm here in the board meeting to answer any questions that you have and go from there.
So her, if you don't care, will you just kind of explain it in the process with us training her that we already have her in the school and why she's already there? And kind of how many visits we'll do with like in the school, out of the school, and kind of go through the process with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So Luna right now is a puppy. Obviously, I'm sure some of you have met her. As far as puppy goes, it's really important for them to be exposed to the working environment that they're going to be in. So around little kids, loud noises, fire alarms, screaming children, crying children, anything that you think that a young dog might encounter within a school. And so we start that exposure young, as early as 8 weeks. Luna's 10 weeks. She's right on track to being exposed to all sorts of environments like that. The reason why we expose them that young is that way they're very used to that way of life. She's not working as a therapy dog currently. Right now, we're just working on her exposure to young children, loud noises, and the environment around her. We're going to go through basic obedience, where she'll have a high level of obedience. And then after she's completed her obedience portion, we're going to go through how she's going to work within the school, especially for Brittany as the counselor. So that entails one-on-one private lessons with Kelly and with Brittany, going over her basic obedience, making sure she has excellent obedience within the school. And then after she's completed those basic obedience, she'll be going to a group class with other dogs and other handlers. And then after she's completed that, we will do 2 of her clinicals within the school. And at the end of that, she'll take a therapy dog test, which will give her a therapy dog certification through dog training.
Do y'all have any questions for Parker?
How long is this process?
She wants to know how long the process will take.
Yeah, that's a great question. Every dog's a little bit different. We've seen dogs be able to start working as a therapy dog as soon as 8 months, as long as 1.5 years. So it's kind of up to the dog, depends on how they're doing with their obedience, and obviously up to the handlers and how they're doing with their homework.
So Parker, what was your impression today with her first training with you in the school system? How well did she react and work with you today?
You know, that's a great question. I was with Brittany today, and I've got a puppy that is very calm and really easygoing, which is nice. She's not disturbed by a lot. There was a lot of kids, you know, looking at her, wanting to pet her, filing cabinets, opening and closing. She was eager to learn, and for the most part, just has a really even-keeled temperament. So, yeah, she seems like a good candidate so far.
So you come to the school and do this? Yes.
Correct.
You do that how often?
So her formal obedience is going to start at 16 weeks of age. So right now she's 10 weeks. I've given Brittany all the puppy essentials for a nice foundation of puppy work. So in a month and a half, we'll start her formal obedience.
Okay.
And those will be a session every other week, starting at those 16 weeks. And after her formal obedience, she'll have group class every week. And then after her 16 group classes, then we'll do her 2 clinicals, which are typically a month apart. And then when she's ready for her test, she'll take that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, thank you very much, Parker.
Yep, you are so welcome. Let me know if you do have any questions that come up in the board meeting. Kelly has my number. She's more than welcome to shoot me a text and I can answer it promptly.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. Nice to meet you. Take care.
So y'all have any
Let you go ahead
questions?
and you can do your report while you're
Okay, so I emailed Katie, I think I sent it to her today, I'm slacking, I actually forgot to email it to her today. So I've completed 2 active parenting classes now. We have secured 2 additional faith-based partners for the Family Resource Center. I have met with the EMA Director, David Brewster, to review our district emergency operation plan. He's very eager to go through some drills with us. I think he's gonna be on site tomorrow for our intruder drill. So I think that's a good partnership that we're gonna have with the emergency management system. And then our tentative ribbon cutting for the playground is going to be October the 4th. We hope the kids are on it before then, but we're gonna look at October the 4th, probably about 1 o'clock for an official ribbon cutting. And then something that I'm a little excited about this year is we're gonna try to get dads involved. That seems to be one of the hardest things, is getting dads involved in school. When you walk in the elementary school, and Jordan can tell you this, she's gave me the go ahead with this, but when you walk in the elementary for parent nights or book nights, you don't see that many dads. So we're gonna do something, I'm working with an organization called All Pro Dads. So we will have a monthly meeting, we'll do it at 7:30 in the elementary, probably the library. And I'm gonna start that, but I'm hoping that we'll get some dads to start leading that for us. Every month they give us a different topic, they provide all the materials for us. And I'm just hoping to get a little more involvement with the dads, so they're there and the kids see them. And I did have one ask me, it doesn't have to be a dad, it could be a grandpa, it could be an uncle, just a male figure in the lives of these kids. So I'm hoping this will really take off, and possibly maybe something that we could even move to the middle school if it works out. That's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, principals. Stacy, you're up front, let's see you first.
Okay. So, Student of the Month, we're doing a little bit different this year. We've, doing character ed every, Tuesday of the week during our win time. And we focus on, mental health and lack of character trait. So last month's was responsibility, and we have a staff. So Patty West received the responsibility for demonstrating qualities, responsible leader, and then Miss Mackenzie Roop was the 12th grade. She will be the one that will be in the drawing for the scholarship through Stan. And then we had for 11th grade Brody Collette, and 9th grade was Savannah Johnson. I think that's right. Savannah, 9th grade. Okay. 10th. I might have gotten.
I think your 9th grader was Addison Cross.
Addison Cross, you're right. I guess I missed a page on the prayer. Thank you, Bladen. Man. So I just want to congratulate them. We put that out on social media for them. We have tons and tons of stuff going on. As usual, I've included a little folder for you that has upcoming dates. Ms. Cruz is really good about compiling everything and getting that out to everyone, because there is so much going on all the time. Keeping all of that straight is not easy. So that is in there. College Career Fair, the flyer is in there. It's going to be a little bit different this year. We're really excited about it. We are partnering with Scott High, which I love. We don't get many opportunities to do that. That allows our vendors to only set up one time, whereas normally they're going to Scott High, they're packing up all their stuff, loading all their stuff in, loading out, and then they come to Oneida and do the same thing. So it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club. We're going to bus all the 11th and 12th graders there. Great Dane has been kind enough to feed all the vendors or all the people that are coming. So that's more of a community event, which I think is great. So that's happening. I put the flyer in for that. I've included sports schedules in there. We have Miss Jones is working on a big mock election project that I think is really cool. She's nervous about it. She's never done it, but we are going to have official polling where we have senior candidates that are running for office that have created their own parties and all kinds of stuff. They're going to have a debate. So I'm excited about that. It's coming up. We have homecoming week. The 20th is homecoming. We have little cheer camp this week at the ball game, at our first home game. We are going to keep the price of tickets at $7. That is, I really would like to thank Jimmy for doing that. We've held on for another year. Everything, of course, is more expensive. You guys have been to games. It's $10 to get in most schools. We're going to hold on another year at $7. We'll probably have to go up next year at least by $1 or $2. So, but we want to do that. We've only got 4 games, so that's hard on him to not increase the price for home games. hopefully lots of playoff games. But anyway, so that is my absolute homecoming week, and that Friday is my favorite day of the year. That is when I can absolutely focus on having fun with the kids, and they get a day of no academics and just being together and enjoying their school year or so, and being a part of that. We have the parade that will be happening as usual. Kids go that morning for a pep rally at the elementary school, and just tons and tons of stuff going on. Miss Lori Jones, the mayor, is gonna be our grand marshal this year, so last year we had Mayor Lay to finish out, so we thought it would be neat to start this grand marshal with Miss Jones. If you guys have a suggestion for the next year, please let me know. Somebody in the community that would want to do that. We want to honor people in our community that have been a part of our school. So if you think of anyone, please let me know that name. We've had a great golf season, cross country. Both of those are in McCrae County tonight. Girls had a big win on Tuesday against Rockwood, and they're playing tonight at Greenback. I want to thank Haley Chitwood and Heather Barnes for their work with Best Buddies. They both decided they need a break, and Haley has been extremely busy with growing the school store. Haley has worked in that program. I was trying to think, I texted her, but she's probably at the ballgame. But I think she's done that for at least 10 years. I may be wrong, but she's done it for a really long time. She's been a part of Best Buddies and kept that program going. So I sent out a message when they said that they weren't gonna do it, if anybody would be willing to take on Best Buddies, and it was like crickets. So our kids got to work and started guilting and begging and asking anyone to please keep this program going. It was at risk of at least postponing for a year or not being, possibly losing that. So they finally convinced 2 teachers to take on a ton of pre-K kids and high schoolers all at once. And so I want to give a big thank you to Brandy Smith and Paige Cross for having an extremely short timeline and being willing to take this on. Also to Mr. Lay for advocating so hard to keep this. I mean, she was not letting it go. She's like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna find a way. And she was like, I will take on a lot of things to help them. I'll schedule the trips, I'll get the buses, I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll bring them along and help them so that they're not overwhelmed. So I want to give a really big thank you to Mr. Etta, Ms. Cross, and Ms. Smith for doing that so we can keep Best Buddies. Last thing, the high school will be having a parent community advisory council meeting on September 24th at 3:30. I'm to get food. Any community member or parent that wants to come to that, this is their time to give us feedback. We always want to be focused on improving. Through the election process, we heard lots of feedback about the schools, and I want the opportunity to address any concerns that they have and work towards solutions to those, and to make sure that people feel like that they do have a voice, and that we're listening and we're communicating what we are doing for those concerns, because I want to do that. So if you know of anybody that is interested in that, please have them attend. If they just let me know so I can plan to have food for everyone. We want that to be a big event, and that will be open to everyone. Also, just found out today, I can't tell you who it is because that information, you're not allowed to say it. I really probably shouldn't say this, but we do have a national merit finalist in our school. So that is 16,000 kids out of right now that it's narrowed down to. So she's gonna get to work, and or he or she's gonna get to work on that and get that going. So gosh, I think that's it. Sorry, that was long.
Pretty good chance.
Very good.
All right, I know you guys are ready to get out of here, so I'm just gonna hit some highlights. Academically, we switched curriculums. I think it's gonna be the best thing in the world. Our teachers are super focused. There's a lot of rigor. I'm hearing them say all kids have access, which is something that we've not heard in the past. I've heard that kids can't do this, and now they're saying this is giving all of our kids access. So very excited about that. We attempted, and this is led by Denise May and Ashley Billingsley, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but we attempted to model after Clinton City and Corbin schools, and they do a 5-tier model. And basically every child in the building gets a reading intervention. High kids, middle kids, low kids. So we have attempted to do that. It's taken a lot of staff. It's taken everybody working together. We call it the 5-tier model. Niswonger has been huge in this because it's helped bring retired teachers in. And the growth that we saw of the retired teachers intervention groups last year was absolutely incredible. So every child in the building is getting something extra in reading this year. I'm super excited to see where that goes. As far as events go, we have a couple family nights coming up. Book fair night will be next Tuesday. You know, it's 4 to 6 p.m. If you wanted to drop in and say hi to parents, they love to come shop with their kids, so we open that up for them. And then we are gonna have a fall carnival on October the 15th. Rick Harper's texting me right now about the soccer field. He's worried, so I don't know, we may use the back playground if the soccer field's not, ready for something like that. But we'll work that out. That's October the 15th. And then I want to touch on mental health because I know that's been kind of in everybody's mind coming back to school. So some of the things that we have going on, I don't have all the great athletics and things like that, you know, that they have, but we have drama and art club for our kids after school. We have tutorings. We have a ukulele group. We have a choir group. We have an explore club, which is like an enrichment club. We have tutorings for almost every grade level, and all of these are full. So these kids love staying the extra hour after school. I don't know why, but it does give that extra hour, and they get to bond with another adult in the building, so that's always great. We're really focusing on our tribes, which is where we get character education. Brittany does a lot of the social emotional lessons within the classrooms with kids. I scroll social media and I see how ugly adults are to each other, and I'm not surprised at all at how our kids act towards each other. But unfortunately, we have to teach those appropriate behaviors, and they're hurt by them if not. You know, we kind of have to deal with those things. And then I just wanted to talk about Luna for a second. I didn't think I was gonna get the kids out of the building to get on the bus and in cars today, because we were backed up down the hallway just so they could see her, touch her. She was not fazed. I think she napped her. She just, you know, I've never seen a dog so chilled. That she is going to be, you know, Mark said everybody smiles when they look at her. That's the way the kids were too. Just seeing her for the first time. So I'm really excited about having her. I think that's gonna go a long way just in bringing that extra layer of calm for our kids when they're dealing with hard situations. So thank you, Kelly and Brittany, for everything. I know they've put a lot of work into this already on the forefront. So that's all I have.
Very good. I am very excited about it, and I'll share this real quick. A couple of weeks ago, I had a personal experience with a therapy dog at a doctor's appointment. And it was one of the lady knocked on the door, and the nurse said, "Oh, I know who that is." And she opened it up and said, "Well, there's Jack." Well, Jack was a miniature Australian shepherd, and when the people in the hall, in all the rooms down the hall, heard Jack, head started coming out. "Oh, there's Jack, there's Jack, there's Jack." And he was in his little buggy, and the lady, you know, of course, I petted him and talked to him. But it's amazing. I mean, it was just a general checkup, but the calming effect that dog had in just a few seconds was amazing. And I've got 2 dogs at home. I mean, I'm used to it. But then
I have a teacher. She must go to the same place that you go to. She's had a lot of dental work, so she has a lot of anxiety about being at the dentist. So she said they're just trained to float from room to room and feel that.
Yeah.
And so she said, I was feeling so anxious.
Yeah.
And she said, all of a sudden, I felt a dog crawl up on my chest. And she said, he laid there on my chest through the whole procedure. And she said, and it just brought a calm to me.
Yeah,
Probably the same.
it's amazing. No, this was at UT Cancer
It's
Center.
that Rocky Top.
And, I mean, that's a stressful situation. Mine was just a 6-month checkup, it's fine. But when you think about the people that are in there and the stress that they have, and here's this little dog, it's amazing. But I'm so anxious to see how this works. And then, of course, any of you that remember, my husband had the little Shih Tzu that he carried everywhere. That was before therapy dogs were a thing. But as long as he had that dog with him, he could function. It was just like it took all the stress away. But now I think this is going to be a great thing for mental health. Kids will see the dog, relate to it. I've watched it for a long time, and especially in places where they were just using them for kids to read. It was just, it wasn't the therapy thing, it was just someone would come in with their dog, and the student would go off somewhere and just read to that dog. And that's been going on for several years in many places. But I'm really excited about it, can't wait to see. Okay, the next thing, we're doing something a little different this year. We've got 4 student representative board members. We have 2 of them here tonight, Bladen and Eli. And then we have 2 more that we will see later. When you have 4 applications that are absolutely tops, there's no way to pick just one. And all of these students have their own leadership skills, they have their own areas of expertise, and I'm very anxious to hear their input. I know Bladen is president of FFA, one of my pet things. I love FFA. And Eli, you're a officer too, aren't you?
Vice President.
Yeah. So we'll be hearing from you and the other 2 as we go through the year. Thank you so much. Okay, our next item is from Student Government, class of 2025. Jillian, is that you? Who's gonna?
I guess I will.
Clayton's gonna, Jillian can't be here.
Yeah, Jillian or Ellie could
okay.
be here to
Or Ellie.
present it, so.
Now, your name is?
Lauren Thompson.
Okay.
Yes, I'm also part of student government.
Okay,
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
good.
So kind of just the rundown of it is, it's a rock, a big rock. You know, the UT has their own rock, you know, we're kind of trying to be a copycat a little bit.
Well, Clemson has one too.
Yeah, and I think Clinton has a rock too.
Hey.
So, you know, we're not really copycatting, just, we're, yeah, we just want our own rock. It's planned to be placed, near the grass, near the football entrance out there. It's kind of, you know, to show student pride, spirit, kind of to boost that morale of students. Because I feel like Jillian especially has took a notice that student morale and spirit has kind of took a nosedive. And so she's kind of working very hard to bring that back up. And she proposed that it would be for homecoming, like to paint it. And each class, it would be the senior class each year that takes over the rock, and it would be the student government that maintains it. I believe each of you in a yellow folder should have a copy of the proposal. She outlines some details about it. It's completely free. Mikey Buttram will provide the rock and the labor completely free. Some of the advantages, like I said, boosting morale, kind of creating a tradition. And the only problem she could really think of was vandalism. Other schools come to vandalize it and stuff. But with it being behind the locked gate and under security surveillance, I don't think that would be much of a problem. But yeah, that's kind of just the proposal.
And if it is, you can just repaint it.
Yeah, and if it is, yeah.
And so
just
it's
repaint
We
it.
can't set everybody up. Play.
Yeah.
I think
A little
like,
bit of motivation.
Where's that rock?
yeah,
I think it's great.
it's a great idea.
I mean, we had a totem pole at one time.
No one can locate, right?
Right.
We searched.
We
the
may
year.
have, there may have been more than one totem pole, I don't remember.
Where was that located at?
It was in front of the old high school.
I did one of the faces on it.
Sawed it out?
Yeah,
Carved out?
sure did.
So
I don't know where it's at. It's in somebody's barn, I
Yeah.
imagine.
If you guys would give us some input, we're open to where it's placed. I think it's a great initiative for this class. This is something that their class is pushing
I
through.
think so too, I love it.
So that they'll kind of always be immortalized at the school, which is awesome. But we thought about maybe at the corner there where people tailgate possibly as you come in. There's a couple of spots, but that's something we definitely need some input from you guys on what you're comfortable with there. But I think it's,
Is Jimmy
I think it's
down?
wonderful.
Is Jimmy down with this?
I mean, I think it would be.
I mean, is it something he wants his kids to come out and touch the rock before they go play and all that stuff?
Yeah, exactly, put their hands on it.
There you go, and I think you ought to try to decorate it before every home game.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, we only have 4 of them anyways.
Right. So, that's my
It's one of
input.
those things that you can decorate seasonally or
Yeah.
whatever's going on. It just, I know
Right.
you said there's gonna be a plaque there saying
Class of 2025.
the
on
class of
it.
2025,
Which
but
I know
Yeah.
like homecoming is her like target idea of
Right.
it. But me and Lauren were talking about it, we kind of thought like how UT does before every home game, or like to kind of represent kind of what's happening at the school at that given time. Maybe not even necessarily just for home games, but maybe just like basketball games or, you know,
Sure.
just kind of across the whole district. But
You all will come up with great things, I know.
So what is the process as far as kind of getting an approval for this and getting the work done, so we can possibly have it ready? I mean, I know that's gonna be, if Mikey is willing to do it and has the time to do it, can we get it placed and?
Sure.
Do we need formal action?
No.
But you guys can take formal action if you want to.
I make a motion, we put a giant rock up here on campus. Second. Yeah.
it's not just a rock.
Take a look, sit down, and let's get a hard plan for where we think the angle
Okay.
we want.
I love it.
I gotta go.
Yes, good job, guys.
Okay. Anything else?
We're out to those ball games. We're out to those ball games.
Motion!
They're trying to prove their point, that they wanted
Yeah,
to.
I mean, it's a
they
good
wanted
sell,
the rock.
it's a good sell, but you have to stab me in the heart, you're in the sale.
That's gonna cost
I'm
us.
just glad y'all came up with that idea.
Good job.
And then I look at
Hey,
the
Luke, I need to talk to you too about schedules, okay?
Schedules.
Core board meetings.
Now, all the time, they don't, if you don't get a second.
And I can.
Well, that's fine. I need to talk to Dr. Cross.
They can leave.
There you go.
So, we're gonna, I'm sorry, did you?
And that's
have-
it.